We had a shooting on a SEPTA bus, and a young person was killed.
It's scary. I mean, passengers on board. Let's get right out to Steve.
It's the second straight Wednesday with a shooting on a SEPTA bus. Two 18-year-olds shot last Wednesday in the middle of the day, and then this scene. 10:51 is the time the 911 call was made, and it comes from the bus driver. That's after she was nearly killed herself. Look at that bullet hole. Look at the shattered glass. That's the glass partition right behind the 52-year-old female driver's head. So a second shot went through that, and the glass was all over her in her seat when she finally got up and out of the bus. So what happens is a young man's on the bus, a second young man gets in at Germantown, and he also is sitting next to this other guy. And somehow words are exchanged, then fists are exchanged, and then the one guy pulls out a gun and shoots the young person point blank in the chest, fires a second shot. Maybe the reason he didn't fire any more shots is because bullets started spilling out of his gun, so they found at least 4 live rounds on the floor of the bus as well. The bus driver gets the bus in control, gets it to stop, opens all the doors. Everybody runs out of the bus for their life. Some of the passengers who saw what happened actually stayed again. Here's the second day in a row where we got people sticking around to cooperate and tell police what they witnessed. But police also have the other key piece of evidence, the surveillance from the SEPTA buses that captured the entire incident.
We did not retrieve or find any weapons on our victim. When we found them on the bus and we rushed them to Einstein Hospital, we never found a gun from that victim. We never found the gun on the scene either. We believe the shooter fled with the gun. But clearly the cameras that recorded the incident inside the bus shows that they were involved in a physical altercation and a physical struggle inside the bus.
Also, what they didn't find on the victim is an identification. And a detective I talked to says we did a fingerprint scan on the victim, where sometimes if their fingerprints are on file, they'll find out who that is. Nothing came up, and that usually only happens with somebody very young before they're in the criminal justice system or have applied for a job anywhere. And he says this young victim looked as young as 14 years old. And I said, how old possibly? He said, maybe. Possibly 21, but not over that. So he thinks it's another school-age person shot while riding on a SEPTA bus, and that would be just awful, because we got the latest update yesterday from our friend Monique Braxton with the school district, who let us know the latest numbers for this school year: 170 plus kids shot and 22 murdered just this school year. And you're wondering, is this number 23? And no idea. The shooter was last seen running down Germantown Avenue, ran off with the others, wearing a hood and a mask. And so even when they have the surveillance, it may not reveal much, but hopefully they soon get that surveillance out to the press so we can get it out to the public and maybe help identify this person before he loses his temper and shoots another person on a SEPTA trainer bus. Thomas, Karen?
It's unfathomable, just the numbers of children that we're losing. All right, Steve, thank you.